And this weather forecast is brought to you by GetGreatHair.biz. Features Monate hair care products. Samples and business opportunities are available at GetGreatHair.biz. Tuesday weather forecast, mostly sunny to partly sunny. Temperatures today about 50 to 55. For the trick-or-treaters tonight, it'll be partly to mostly cloudy. There is a chance of showers late tonight. Overnight temperature in the low 40s or so. Good chance of rain showers Wednesday and Wednesday night. Mostly cloudy skies. And the temperature Wednesday around 60 or so. Thursday, clouds, showers, and thunderstorms. Highs in the mid-to-upper 70s. Jonesboro's community radio station, we're KLEK 102.5 FM.
From Feature Story News in London, I'm Ollie Barrett. Sacked Catalan President Carles Puigdemont says he's in Brussels seeking freedom and safety, not asylum. US President Trump's pushing back following the first indictments filed by Special Counsel Robert Mueller. Facebook says 80,000 posts produced by Russia-based operatives before and after the 2016 US election may have been seen by as many as 126 million American users.
It's 9:01.
While they're collecting candy,
trick or treat! Happy Halloween!
We're keeping you warm with classic soul and today's R&B.
KLEK 102.5 FM.
KLEK LP Jonesboro, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council. It's now time for Community Conversations, a program focusing on the people working to make the Jonesboro community a better place, while offering viewpoints from all sides of the issues. The views expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of KLEK 102.5 FM, the voice of Arkansas Minority Advocacy Council, or our underwriters or sponsors.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday to you. I hope that everyone is having a great start to your day. I'm your host of Community Conversations, Quabila Harden. Thank you all for tuning in. I have two very special guests with me in the studio today, Ms. Tiffany Johnson and Dr. Yvette Dr. Yvette Allen. They're both from Arkansas State University. Miss Tiffany, is from the Career Services, and Dr. Allen is from the Multicultural and Non-Traditional Student Services Center. Okay. I'm going to get that right. Thank you, ladies, for joining me today. I saw a post in the A-State Digest, and you all are hosting, along with some others, a natural hair forum. Mm-hmm. And I'm very interested in this because, one, I wear my hair natural, minus the blonde. But anyway, it seems like there's so much talk about women's hair, and especially African-American women's hair. This whole natural hair thing, some people say it's a movement. Some people say this is just what it is. It's our hair. Okay, how did this conversation come up at Arkansas State to prompt you all hosting a forum?
Yeah, well, I'll let you start with that.
Okay, so thank you so much for allowing us to be here and talk about the Natural Hair Forum. The topic really came up in the gym at St. Bernard's.
Okay.
Pacilia, who is also on the committee, is a member of a class that I attend on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Okay.
And as we were leaving the gym, we struck up a conversation with another individual, and it was, okay, so what do you do to your hair? Or you wear it natural. What products do you put in your hair? And we started the discussion on it would be wonderful to have a forum on campus.
Okay.
And from my understanding, from Pacilia, we've had a forum in the past, but it wasn't affiliated with A-State, but it was in one of the A-State rooms.
Okay.
I'm not sure what it looked like, but just from that conversation, I said, I know a great individual on campus in the Multicultural Center who is Dr. Allen. And I know that, as a committee, we can make this program big and just present it to the campus. And I think we'll get a lot of great response from individuals that want to learn more about natural hair.
Okay. And so even though, like, the flyer states that you all will have discussion about hair maintenance and care, things of that nature, but will the discussion go deeper as to what has been the attitude concerning women wearing their hair, or Black women in particular wearing their hair natural? Like, has there been discussions on campus? Has there been any forms of discrimination? Like, or just what has been the talk about it?
I think for me, the biggest thing that comes up from students is, well, first of all, where do I get my hair done in Jonesboro, right? Who can I go to? how can I style it, or I do this because I don't know what to do with my hair, right? There's all these conversations about that. So that's the biggest thing. The first thing is like, well, where do I go to get to get my hair done? And so thinking about those things, we definitely want to have a space for students to have those conversations. And then you ask the question about, well, will it go deeper? I think we have the panel itself to kind of talk about the hair, but we want it to go wherever the people want it to go in terms of what they need, right? If they need to have those conversations about, for example, you talk about career services, well, what does it mean to have this, we talk about professional hair, and I use air quotes, in the workplace, and there's also those conversations about, hair in the workplace, right? And so I think that so long as the hair conversation is about what do the audience need, then we'll go there, right? So it's not like it's not gonna be set boundaries. I mean, as long as it's about hair, right? So we're gonna talk about food, but it's about your hair and what you need in terms of your hair. Absolutely.
Well, you all being on campus and in the midst of working with different types of people from different backgrounds and whatnot, has you just by way of passing, or have you heard conversations, have you witnessed any forms of, say, stares or discrimination, or just some kind of I don't know, people just don't know what to make of our hair?
I think questions. I don't know if you have stories as well. I've been on this campus a short amount of time, but any campus I've been on, I'll talk to, just individual students who might wear their hair natural, and there's the stories of, people touching their hair, without permission, or just being curious and saying, how does it feel, or, what do you do to your hair, right? Like as if you're this exotic, non-normal thing, right? When it's like, this is how my hair grows out of my head, right? And this is how I want to wear it. So I think that's the biggest thing, just on any campus I've been on, right? Students just trying to navigate, how do I be my natural self, right? And then people looking at me as this thing, right?
I guess what I've witnessed is still, it goes back to career services. How do I style my hair for this interview? I am natural. Is this appropriate for the interview? So those are the questions that I receive. And I usually tell individuals, it's your hair, as long as it's neat. But I would tell any individual from any ethnicity, as long as it's neat and it's styled, and you didn't come up here rolling out of bed and wrinkled clothing and just look like, you didn't try to pull your professional look together. So again, when you think about professionalism, you have to go from the head to the toe.
So as long as, it's, like you said, no bed head and maybe no unnatural hair colors, then you should be okay. And so the flyer states this event is going down November 8th at 6 p.m. in Centennial Hall on the 3rd floor in the Student Union. It says, come learn about caring for and maintaining natural hair. Hairstylists from across Jonesboro will be present. Refreshments served as well as door prizes. So if nothing else, come out for the refreshments and door prizes, and then you get to meet some professionals from around the city. How did you get in touch with the professionals that are going to be a part of this event?
So we did a number of things. There were people on the committee who just already knew people who would either be willing to do it, or people who had done the previous natural hair forum that we knew about. And then there were also some messages on Facebook that were like, hey, we're doing this thing. Do you know anyone who would be interested in this natural hair forum? And do they want to come? And we got some people that way. So mainly through people that people already knew. And then through a couple of contacts via social media.
Now, I sent you a link, Dr. Allen. Did you get a chance to watch the video?
Yes, I watched part of it.
And I apologize I didn't send it to you, Miss Tiffany. But there's been several videos like that. A lot of students now in high school, junior high, are facing some, I hate to really say discrimination, but they're facing some issues concerning their hair, what's appropriate, what's acceptable. Do you hope that individuals that attend this forum maybe take away a sense of confidence in who they are and how they choose to wear their hair?
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things. And two, one of the things I want to reiterate, because I was sharing this information with someone and they were like, well, I don't have natural hair, so this doesn't apply to me. And I was like, actually, it's for anyone who wants to learn about natural hair, right? Because just because you don't wear your hair natural, it is good to learn about other cultures and those types of things, right? So just because you don't wear your hair natural, you could learn something from this forum, right? Especially when you're talking about just communicating with people across cultures and being able to have those types of conversations. I think it's good for anybody to come, even if you don't have natural hair, to come and visit the forum. Yeah.
All right, so again, this forum is open to everyone.
Everyone.
If you have questions on whatever end of the spectrum.
Learning opportunity.
I think it will teach also, hopefully, some tolerance on how we choose to wear our hair.
Yeah.
One day I may choose to wear it curly, just wash and go. I may choose to blow dry and flat iron it. It's my prerogative, it's my hair.
Right, absolutely, right? And so people who come, you wouldn't then have to ask that person, right? Because you think about someone having those questions over and over and over again, right? It's like, this is just my hair, right? So if you have those questions, it would be a good time to come to the Natural Hair Forum. It's a learning opportunity for anyone.
And I've seen also videos, some comedians or different other groups, they try to make it like satire, but there's a lot of truth and sadness still behind the jokes of it all. People do look at us, as you said before, exotic. Why do you feel that there has been so much talk, concern, or I don't know the word to use right now. Why has there been so much emphasis on our hair? Just because, you know, it is curly, kinky, and it does different things.
I think we went from wearing our natural hair to the relaxed look, and now the natural is coming. Well, I want to say, like she said, air quotes. It's coming back, and we are definitely embracing what basically God gave us. And I think it's a wonderful thing. And so when we start embracing it, it seems odd to individuals who aren't aware or know what our natural hair looks like, because I do think whenever we have relaxed it or weaved it or added extensions, we've perfected that craft, and so individuals may not know that that's not our natural hair. So when we start wearing our natural hair, it's a little bit of confusion. And so as the vet stated, individuals wanting to attend can definitely learn about the variety that we can, the various things that we can do with our hair.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, even though this event is taking place at Arkansas State, do you feel that there can be an extension of this discussion on the high school or junior high level? Do you feel that the discussion needs to start happening early on due to some of the policies that are now coming out in some of the schools? That was one thing in the video that I sent you. This one school and one place incorporated in their student handbook some do's and don'ts about hair.
Absolutely. So it's definitely something that can be taught in, like high school schools across the nation, right? When you think about that, because in the video, as well as other things I've seen, such as what you sent me, what you're seeing is how people's biases play out, right? So for those who haven't seen the video, what we're talking about is the video was about some individuals who, some of the ones I've seen too, like either not able to come to school or suspended or something related to hair, or these policies that are about like how you can't wear your hair, but it's ways that some people who are, African American, identify as African American or Black, wear their hair, right? Either braids or cornrows or whatever. And so these schools are having things written into their policies where people can't wear their hair in that way, when it's like, this is how I naturally wear my hair, as we stated before. And so I think it's something definitely not even just students, but when you're thinking about administrators who are making these policies, who are putting out kind of what's normal in their school, right? Those individuals need to know about this as well, because you're also affecting the students who are in your school when you're saying, basically, you cannot be who you are, in this school. So they need to learn it as well.
So do you feel that this would fall under a diversity topic? Individuals needing to have some understanding and appreciation for people of different cultures.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. I mean, because what if there were some Native Africans that were going to that school and that is how they wear their hair? Most Africans that I've seen keep their hair braided in some shape, form, or fashion. And they have adornments in their hair, so it's almost like telling someone from another culture, you can't represent your culture.
Right, exactly.
Okay. And so, have you all witnessed, though, I know I've asked this before, kind of any discrimination? Have you been on the front end of, personally experiencing discrimination because of how you choose to wear your hair?
Yeah. I think Not personally here. Yeah, okay. I haven't been back here for a while, but in other spaces, right? When I would change my hair a lot, I'd have people who wanted to touch, and there was an individual who was like, "Oh, can I touch your hair?" And I said no, right? But this person kept coming at me, so at that point, like, it becomes definitely a bodily violation, and so they insisted that they were able to touch my hair, and that gets into a whole nother level of disrespect, because first of all, I told you no, and you coming at me, and this person, taller than me coming over, like, it's just a whole nother set of issues. But for me, that has been the issue. Or people, for example, I was doing something, I wore my hair in its natural state, and someone made the comment, "Oh, your hair is wild today," right? And so it's like, no, it's not wild. It's just how it naturally grows. It's just cute little afro to me,
a cute little
afro.
I think my experience, it hasn't been discrimination, but it's been, "Oh, I didn't recognize you today because your hair is different." And my response is always, "You need to get to know who I am, because my face didn't change."
Yes, exactly.
My face doesn't change. So get to know who I am, because I love, like she stated, to change my hair. There's different styles always. And I even joked upon starting this committee that I'm a closet natural wearer.
Okay.
So this is actually my first time in a while to actually wear my natural hair, because I've worn a lot of different extension styles, but that was as protective styles. But with that being said, as I changed it, individuals would notice, which was fine. But when they didn't notice who I actually am, that kind of was, it just bothered me, I guess.
Okay. I can understand that. I went through a period a couple of months ago. I did a crochet braid twist, and it was very new and different for me. And a lot of people were like, "Wow, you look so different." Like, I'm still
you.
Exactly. It's true.
I'm still me here. So just my hair, like, wow, does hair really make that much of a difference? Whether it's long, straight, short, curly, whatever, colored. Okay, so again, this event is November the 8th. November 8th, 2017 at 6 p.m. Centennial Hall on the 3rd floor of the Student Union. So tell us more. Do you foresee this being an ongoing discussion, or not just a one-time event?
Yeah, I can definitely see it. Again, we go with the needs of, the people who are becoming, but it sounds like it's definitely a conversation that's picking up steam. We already are at about 100 RSVPs.
Oh, wow.
And with, it's next week, so we have about a week from tomorrow. And so we foresee it as being like, the comments we've gotten so far have been people like, "Wow, I definitely need to know about, who I can go to in Jonesboro to get my hair done.
Okay.
I need tips for styling my natural hair," that type of thing. So I think it's definitely going to be an ongoing conversation, just based on some of the things we've heard from when we've announced, "Hey, we're having this natural hair forum." So we're excited about it.
Okay. What I would love to see at some point, because Jonesboro, to my knowledge, hasn't ever had one, is a hair show. Even if it's on a small scale, I would love to see a hair show where all stylists from all backgrounds are highlighted for, their skills. So hopefully this will grow and more people will get on board and see the importance of, let's have these open dialogues. And for me, this goes beyond just hair. It's about having an open dialogue about something that's different, that's outside of what society may say is the norm. It's about people of color coming together to say, okay, we're here, and it is not about us versus them. And some people get all wound up about people of color having conversations, but it's deeper and bigger than that. It's just about, here we are, this is how we wear our hair, this is who we are.
Exactly.
You can accept us or not. I don't know. But it's not about being, to me, in my personal opinion, it's not just about being in their face. It's about, this is just who I am, and let me help you understand. So what do you hope people take away from this event?
couple things.
Okay.
That they go back to the hairstylists, know how they can style their hair, know how to get it done, but also that confidence, right? Like that it's okay to do this. When you think about, especially the nature of what we do in the Multicultural Center, it is helping people to embrace who they are and be feeling welcome and like they can do that, right?
Okay.
And so we definitely want people to have that space and to know that we welcome you to just be yourself, be your genuine self, and your natural hair is a part of your genuine self, and so definitely do that and be able to do that. Also, when you think about natural hair, I mean, it's personal, it's a personal choice, but it's also, it can be political, right? And so there's a sense, it's like, well, it is okay, right, to be outside of what is normal. So I don't want people to feel like, especially our students on campus, don't feel like you have to conform just because, right? It's one thing if you want to wear your hair a certain way, but don't feel like you have to conform just because it's quote unquote normal.
Okay. All right.
And I'm just going to echo what she said. I want individuals to leave educated, leave with knowledge of what natural hair is and the ways that they can basically take care of it, because it is natural. The natural hair form, all hair is good hair. So whether an individual decides to wear it relaxed or in this natural state, as long as it's healthy hair, I think that when students leave or anybody from the community leave from that event, they will feel empowered to embrace their natural hair.
Okay. Now, what about those who say, I tried doing the natural thing, but that's just not for me? Helping individuals maybe embrace, maybe not, and I'm not trying to push someone to do something that I believe in, but maybe, okay, let's give it one more try, just to see what you think.
Oh no, I was that person. And I think last week before I got this straightened, I was almost still that person. So I've been on this natural hair journey since December of 2015. And so when we started developing this committee, and each time we would meet and discuss the event for next week, and just to hear that we have 100 people, it just drives me to even want to do more with my natural hair. So I think it's once individuals have been educated on how to take care of, because I think the process is not so much as, I don't like the way it looks, it's the management of it. I mean, managing natural hair has been the hardest thing. Whenever I had relaxed hair, it was just a wrap and unwrap. I mean, I would go to the beautician, have her relax it, roll it, wrap and unwrap, and I did that for 2 weeks, and then I would go back. So I mean, when you have natural hair, it's not just a wrap and unwrap, unless you straighten it, and that only lasts for maybe a week and a half. There's no gym time for me. Life has just kind of stopped right now. I can't sweat as much, but I mean, I think for the forum next week, I'm excited to learn how do I do a twist out, or I think some of the terms that Cecilia was using were the plasticity, or how dense is your hair, and porosity. And you see, I'm still learning the terms, and so I want to learn how to incorporate it in my language, but not only that, but how to use it and learn more about my hair. And my hope is that individuals will leave feeling empowered to learn, to go home and just embrace their hair and be able to style and take care of their natural hair.
Right, you're tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to finish up our discussion and wrap up some more details about the forum. So please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
Do you know how to make your husband's heart beat? I'm Mark Merrill with today's Family Minute. Just like your physical heart has 4 chambers that need to be consistently filled with life-giving blood, there are 4 emotional chambers of every man's heart that need to be filled as well. Here are the 4 chambers. Chamber 1, validation. Validate his value, his gifts, his worthiness, and his manliness. A husband really does want his wife to see him as her Superman, a man who can leap tall buildings in a single bound. Chamber 2, respect. Respect his judgment, decisions, abilities. A man needs his woman to value and trust his abilities, opinions, and decisions, even if they prove to be wrong sometimes. For the rest of the 4 chambers, go to markmerrill.com. And remember, your family first.
For more resources on today's topic, go to markmerrill.com.
Family Minute is made possible by the Kappa Nu Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, a non-profit organization committed to service to all mankind. Kappa Nu Omega Alpha Kappa Alpha on Facebook and KNOMEGA 1908 KLEK
thanks CJ Pepper and the staff of Life Strategies Counseling Incorporated for helping people through hard times in life such as depression, family issues, stress, abuse, and more. They offer counseling and therapy for all ages, individuals, families, and groups. They are located at 1217 Stone Street. Phone number 1-866-972-1268 or online at lscihelp.com.
The McDaniel Law Firm, 400 South Main Street in Jonesboro, is a firm believer in justice and equality for the minority community. The McDaniel Law Firm has fought for our rights for over 44 years. The McDaniel Law Firm offers legal help for wrongful death as well as trucking and automobile accidents. Bobby and Brett McDaniel are available for a free consultation at 870-336-4747 or at www.mcdaniellawyers.com.
The Epic Center, located at 1899 Hasbrook Road, County Road 333, is Jonesboro's newest venue for entertainment for the entire family. They offer an auditorium with theater-style seating for up to 1,100 guests, a large stage, professional lighting and sound, dressing rooms, concessions, and more. Available for weddings, concerts, pageants, birthday parties, showers, and more. Booking and other information is available at Epic Center Jonesboro on Facebook, epiccenterjonesboro.com, and at 870-530-5841.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
All right, welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. I hope that you have been enjoying our conversation thus far. We're talking about all things natural hair and a natural hair forum that is coming up at Arkansas State University on November 8th, 2017 at 6 p.m. in the Centennial Room, which is on the third floor of the Student Union. And here with me, I have Dr. Yvette Allen and Ms. Tiffany Johnson discussing the panel, discussing the forum, and we're going to go into who are some of the panel participants and kind of get more into the discussion about the whole natural hair debate. And it's amazing how it has become such a discussion. You know, I'm sure the discussion has been around for years and years and years, but I would say within the last, from my experience, from the last about 5 years, it's just like blown up to this big, huge debate. Even among, say, women of color, in our own little circles, it's still a big discussion going on about hair. So let's get more into talking about natural hair. Yeah. Okay. So off air, we're talking about there's this debate, discussion, or whatever you want to call it, about, okay, I'm natural, but I choose to straighten. And then those that choose not to straighten, they kind of look down or have a, side eye, give people the side eye who choose to straighten. So let's talk about, have this discussion ever come up in your circles, or is this going to be a part of the panel as well?
I think it's definitely potential for that to come up. We outlined some of the questions that are going to be asked to the panelists, but then it's also going to be like an open discussion where we say, hey, those in the audience, what do you have questions about? Okay. So honestly, if someone has that question or wants to bring up that topic, that could be a discussion, right? Okay. I think the biggest thing we're trying to promote though is healthy hair, right? Okay. Because you talk about you can straighten your hair and it be healthy. We just want people to be able to have healthy hair, whichever way they choose to wear it, but with the emphasis being on natural hair, because it's a natural hair form, because that's often the one that people are like, oh, how do I do my natural hair? Yeah. Okay. Now, I know several professors at Arkansas State that wear their hair in natural formats, like Dr. Sharice Jones Ranch. She rocks the dread.
They're beautiful too.
And then there's Dr. Patricia Walls, who beautiful afro. And then there's other professors that I've had the opportunity to interview, and they have beautiful, beautiful hair. So I wonder, how long did it take for them to get accepted, to get to that point where, okay, this is who I am, accept me as I am. I choose not to straighten my hair. Or I choose not to follow the norm, or what society says is the norm. I'm going to put it that way. So have you all had a discussion with those professors to see, just to get their feedback on what their experience has been like?
being employees of Arkansas State?
I have not had those discussions, but when I do see them in passing, they just have so much confidence.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's really all about. Like I said, I've never even thought to even start a conversation about the hair, because I mean it's who they are. I mean, and I think that they just have so much confidence that I don't think that it would matter if individuals didn't accept their look. But I mean, obviously they do. Because they are doing an amazing job at the university and for the university.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, the same thing came to my mind. It was like, it's the confidence, right? Like, so somewhere along the line, now I do want to kind of have those conversations. Like, did that come about? What was it? Because I think too, when you think about that, I think people, most confident people that I see, like they have someone who either they've done some type of self-work, or they have people who are in their corner who are like, hey, you don't have to, succumb to this. So yeah, now I do want to have those conversations. But yeah, I haven't had those conversations either. But they're just awesome and confident individuals. Yep, I would agree with that.
Okay. Now we talked a little bit also about hair health. I think once people learn what their hair type is, and then they can better understand how to style and care for their hair. You mentioned earlier about when we were talking with Priscilla about porosity. Different hair does different things. It may look the same on the outside, but it's totally different structure on the inside. So once people learn their hair, then they can better care for it. And then what you eat also affects your hair as well. So do you think the topic of nutrition may come up in the discussion?
That's a good point. I think it could, because I think a lot of people, when you brought that up, it brought up something in my mind, a flag in my mind is like, oh yeah, I have had that conversation, but I don't know if a lot of people have, in terms of, I don't know if people realize that what they eat also affects, like hair growth and that type of thing. So yeah, I think that very possibly might come up. Like I said, we're having an open forum, so people could bring that up. And that may be something we put down already, so the panel already discusses it. Like I said, we're going to start with some predetermined questions for the panel and then open it up. But I think that definitely could come up, because that's part of natural hair. Natural, healthy hair. Making sure that what you eat also helps your hair grow healthy.
All right, so can you please tell us about the panel?
Yeah, so we have a couple of, right now confirmed. We have Moselle Maddox, Terrell Patterson, Latrice Wells, Avonda Anderson, and Keisha Higgins.
Okay.
And so Keisha Higgins is the individual who was a part of, and I believe may have been the lead on hosting a natural hair forum the last time it was at Arkansas State. And so this individual is not a hairstylist, but has a lot of information on their personal natural hair journey in terms of growing their natural hair out.
Okay. I know Keisha, and then I know Moselle personally. Keisha, she's a breast cancer survivor, and so she's definitely one that has a lot of stories to tell about the whole journey. And I know Moselle because I started college with her years ago and had watched her evolve. I never thought she'd be a hairstylist, but and not to take away from any of the others because I don't know them personally, but I have watched Moselle's work, and she's actually done my hair several times, so I can attest to her professionalism and her skills. She is amazing. She's one of those that really cares for the hair. She'll do all those crazy colors that you want her to do, but she'll let you know up front it's about hair care. It's about caring for the hair first before doing all this wild and crazy stuff.
Absolutely, and that's good. I mean, I've had hairstylists before who will do whatever I want done to my hair, and I've had others who they're about the education. And so I lean towards going to hairstylists who now are also about the education of my hair. They're like, I'm doing this, but I need you to know X, Y, and Z about what this either is going to do to your hair or how this might impact you, right? Versus someone who's just like, I want your money, let me do whatever to your hair. So I do appreciate individuals who are like that, who say, I want to also give you education about how to do your hair, because if you're only coming, unless you're coming to their hairstylist every day, which I can't afford, and if somebody can, talk to me so I can figure out how you know. But for most people, if you're going to the hairstylist, it's once every 2 weeks, once a month, and in between times, like, how do you care for your hair when your hairstylist is not in your head?
Okay. I'm very interested to hear those conversations that come up, because there are some people who feel that think if I didn't have a stylist, I would be totally lost. There's some people who literally could not do their own hair. I mean, it goes in a ponytail, and that's about the most that they get. That's the most, or they put it in a head wrap or something. I am not the most skilled. That's why I do what. That's why I rock the headband. And I'm tempted not to cut mine again, so I can continue wearing my headband. Anyway, but I am looking forward to this discussion and hearing, the feedback from the individuals and the stylist, and just the banter, just people finally having a place to talk and be free to say whatever and not feel like they're being discriminated against or judged, because some people may come in there with a lot of questions because they have no clue on anything, and it's going to be a safe place for them to talk about those things. Along with the panel discussion, you said you're also going to have some vendors. Yes. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we're going to have, right now on our list, it's I think 10, maybe 12 vendors who will be there, who are either other hairstylists who are just not on the panel, or people who sell, various beauty products and that type of thing, who, either promoting natural hair or just healthy hair in general, who will be there either with products or advertising their services. And one of those things is, other than the people on the panel, we also want students to know their options in Jonesboro for getting their hair done. Again, that's one of the biggest questions we get, especially those who just moved here. So I think that'll be good.
The unique thing that we're doing is a product exchange, where we've seen where some individuals have products that just aren't working for their hair. They can actually bring it to the forum. As they're registered, they can leave it, and then at the end they can see who's brought what, and then they can trade it. So I think that individuals who will get a chance to just try other products without spending a ton of money on it. The only thing is that we want to make sure that individuals aren't bringing half-empty bottles or products that's dated. We're asking individuals to bring products that at least the bottle is 80% full, and it's still usable.
Right. Like clean bottle. That's
totally awesome. I was thinking about that this morning. I've been anxious to try various coconut oil based products, and shea butter based, but because of my hair, just a lot of things don't always work.
And it's expensive, right? When you keep buying products, natural hair products, not cheap.
A jar of cream could run you about $8 plus, and it's really sad if it doesn't work for your hair.
And imagine if you try to get a whole set, right? The shampoo, the conditioner, plus the curly gel or whatever else you get.
And you spent $60, right? On stuff that won't work.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of discussions about things that people have tried that don't work. There are people who swear by XYZ product, and some people swear by this product. But from what I gather, most curly girls are going to have 20 products from different brands. A shampoo from this line, a conditioner from this line, and a gel or whatever from that line. They just found the right combination of what works for their hair.
I was going to say that, I've seen people use a lot of different things just based on their hair type.
And also after the panel discussion, hopefully individuals will leave knowing what type of hair they have, and then as they're leaving, trying to find that perfect product on the way out.
So will there be some maybe oh goodness.
Like a demonstration?
Thank you.
We do have one of our hairstylists who's going to do, what we've asked them to do is just a quick tutorial, maybe a quick natural hairstyle that people can do, because that's another one of the questions people have, what can I do, either quick or how do I style my hair? And for me, one of the biggest things is when I do wear extensions, it's not because I don't like my hair, it's because that's the thing that takes me the longest in the morning is hair. And so it's what can I do really quickly in the morning just to get out of the door and get on to what I have to do.
Okay. All right. So again, this Natural Hair Forum is going down November 8th, 6 o'clock p.m. Arkansas State University in the Centennial Room.
Centennial Hall.
Oh my goodness. Centennial Hall.
3rd floor.
Which is on the 3rd floor. Please make plans to go out. And again, this is for people from all ethnicities. Believe it or not, there are people from other ethnicities that have really curly, almost kinky hair. that they have a hard time taming as well. So it's not just when I hear natural hair, I think curly, wavy, but natural can be whatever it is, whatever it means to you. Some people think natural is strictly no color, no chemicals, no anything. Some people just say natural is however it grows out of my head. So I'm hoping that discussion comes up as well. Let's stop trying to look sideways at people by what their definition of natural is. I choose to bleach mine. That's just my prerogative. It's not that I don't appreciate my dark hair. I just like lighter hair. And I am not an extensions person like on a regular basis. So yes, my hair takes a beating.
I mean, my personal opinion on that is just, as long as it doesn't come from a deficit model, right? Like where there's people feel like they have to change their hair because people won't like them, or because they're not this or not that, or not up to the norm. It's different, right? It's one thing when it's a preference versus, oh my gosh, I have to do this because I won't be X, Y, and Z if I don't, right? I don't want people to feel like they have to, we use those air quotes, be quote unquote normal, right? Just for that. And we want people to be able to appreciate their natural hair, whatever their definition of that is. Yeah.
And I hope that people walk away. We talked about the, confidence thing. Many years I worked in a different agency, and I did feel the need to conform. I relaxed my hair, wore it, straight, or wore wigs or whatever. So I felt this need to conform at the time, but as I've gotten older and have been exposed to different environments, I have found the confidence to say, okay, this is who I am, this is my hair. If you don't like it, I apologize, but not really. Sorry, not sorry. This is who I am. And and I have started also expressing that in my writings. And it's not to be like a black power in your face, like I'm angry black girl, but it's just, this is who I am. I'm tired of suppressing.
Absolutely.
So I hope that people walk away with that sense of, okay, just kind of a shedding of a skin type, okay, this is who I am. And I am no longer apologizing.
And we want, the people who leave to feel like that as well, right? Like that's how you want to wear your hair, do it, right? And so we want people to be able to leave with that as well, to be able to say, I don't apologize for being me. And we don't want people to have to apologize for being themselves. Yeah.
And I know that we are seeing more and more parents have the discussions with their children, even at younger ages.
Yes.
But I would love to see more. So do you feel that, do you think or hope that the discussion will come up about how to approach this subject with your young daughters, or even boys that like to wear their hair? There are some boys who don't want to get their hair cut. My son and I are going back and forth. His hair, he doesn't like to maintain it. He just likes to let it grow.
And I almost think that's a trend now with our young men.
And so we go back and forth about, you need to shampoo and condition, keep your scalp, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, okay, whatever. And so I'm hoping that more parents, do you hope that this discussion comes up of how to talk to your kids about appreciating their hair for what it is?
I think so. I think the biggest thing for me is when you think about, especially parents of multiracial children, right?
Okay.
So where one parent may not be from African American black background, and they're like, well, I don't know what to do with my hair, right?
Okay.
I have individuals I know individuals who have multiracial children, and they may identify as white or some other ethnicity other than African American, right?
Okay.
But they have this child who's multiracial with, heritage, African American, black heritage, and they're like, oh, I don't know what to do with their hair. How do I style it? What do I put on it? And so I think those conversations are important, because if you do have a child from that background, you need to know, right, how to maintain their hair, because that is also, we learn a lot of things from the people we're around.
Okay.
During our childhood, the formative years of our life, and if from a child, if they don't feel that acceptance from a parent, and it could be something as small as their parent knowing how to do their hair, their parent maybe saying things about their hair that could influence them, right? And so for me, I think that it's very important for parents to have those conversations with their children so that they validate their children and their hair type.
Okay. Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for that. Now, will you all be doing any speaking at this event?
I will not be there. I have a conference, and I hate that I'm missing it. I have a conference. I'll be doing a presentation. I'll be in Lincoln, Nebraska during that time, unfortunately. So I won't be speaking. But even if I was there, I would just be kind of at the welcome desk, getting people in. But I will not be speaking.
Miss Tiffany,
I won't be speaking either. We have our panel, who I consider the experts.
Right.
Celia is extremely knowledgeable, so she's going to be our moderator.
Okay.
I'm going to be assisting with greeting individuals. Not only that, if I find that individuals aren't asking some of the questions that you have posed to us today, I may interject some of those.
Okay.
But other than that, no, I am going to let the experts speak on this topic.
Okay. So have you got a lot of feedback from, just say, personnel at Arkansas State that are going to come and support and participate?
We've gotten words out, and we've just had people who, like, the idea for the product exchange actually came from one of our faculty members, Dr. Loretta McGregor, who suggested that actually. And so with those, we've just had individuals who will either email, call, see how they can help, and just let us know that they're very interested. And so we certainly appreciate that. Yeah.
She's another one that I have had the opportunity to interview.
Yep.
I
Awesome.
like it. That's amazing. So I'm looking forward to, seeing how this all plays out. And I'm hoping that this won't be the last, one, that this discussion can evolve and continue. The event can grow into something take a life on all its own.
Yeah.
So first the Natural Hair Forum, maybe a hair show. Who knows?
And I believe that it will evolve, because when we first started, we were going to be in a smaller room.
Okay.
And as ideas started generating and individuals started, seeing interest in the opportunity of next week, we thought we better move this event because it's going to be much bigger than what we anticipate. So with that being said, I believe that this event will evolve into something even greater in the future.
That's amazing. Okay, we're going to take another quick break. You tuned in to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. And don't forget, the phone lines are open. You can give us a call, 870-277-1080, or drop us a message on our Facebook live stream. I want to say thank you to those that are watching, even though you haven't said much, but thank you for watching.
You're listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We'll be right back.
We're back with Money Matters. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. When is the right time to combine your finances in a relationship? Examples include opening joint bank accounts, co-signing on an apartment lease, and sharing access to your credit cards. Doing this prematurely can have major negative consequences for your financial health, including your credit. Here's what you need to consider. How long have you been together? Have you been in an exclusive, committed, and drama-free relationship with your partner for at least a year? If not, do not commingle your finances or make joint financial commitments like co-signing on an apartment lease or a car loan. Complicated and often on situationships don't count, no matter how long ago they began. I'm out of time, but tune in for Money Matters tomorrow when I'll share more of what you need to consider before becoming financially intimate in a relationship. I'm Alfred Edmond Jr. for Money Matters, a product of American Urban Radio Networks.
Money Matters is made possible by the Jonesboro Alumni Chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated, a nonprofit organization dedicated to uncompromising commitment to communities, service, leadership, empowerment. www.jonesboroalumnidst.org.
Money Matters is brought to you by Bancorp South, offering checking, savings, loans, credit cards, and wealth management. 5 locations in Jonesboro to serve you. www.bancorpsouth.com or 870-972-9800.
Ghosts, ghouls, and R&B.
Wishing you a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
KLEK 102.5 FM.
Meineke of Jonesboro is now Starks Auto Service, a full-service auto repair and vehicle maintenance center, offering engine and transmission repair, brake service, tires, oil changes, and more, performed by ASE certified mechanics. The all-new Starks Auto Service, 2813 South Caraway Road in Jonesboro. 870-204-7112. Starks Auto Service, Jonesboro.com.
Did you know KLEK has a brand new streaming app? That's right, you can listen to KLEK 102.5 FM anywhere in the world. The app is available for all Android phones and tablets, as well as iPhones and iPads. Just search your app store for KLEK and download the KLEK app for free today. And don't miss a beat of the education, entertainment, and empowerment on KLEK 102.5 FM.
And now back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM.
Welcome back to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM. We're speaking with Dr. Yvette Allen and Ms. Tiffany Johnson from Arkansas State University. We have been discussing the upcoming Natural Hair Forum to be hosted on November 8th, 2017 at 6 o'clock p.m. in Centennial Hall, which is on the third floor of the Student Union. We have talked about all types of questions and things that could possibly come up. They're going to have a wonderful panel of professionals. There will also be vendor opportunities. Now, are you still taking requests or applications for vendors?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so how can someone get in touch with you if they would like to be a vendor?
Yes, so they can either call us at 972-680-4052, and that's the number to the Multicultural Center, or they can email me directly at evallen@astate.edu.
Okay.
To be a vendor, and we'll take those up until this Friday, the 3rd.
Okay. Okay, because I'm sure there's a lot of logistics that will go into place on organizing everyone.
Yes.
To make sure that they're spaced out properly and everybody's not packed on top of each other. All right, and so up until what point can people RSVP for this event?
So they can RSVP up until, I think we might be closing on the 3rd. I'll look back at the link.
Okay.
But we know we'll have people who come the day of.
Okay.
And so honestly, people could show up the day of the event.
Okay. And so again, we talked about you're going to be talking about all things natural hair. Anything that can come up will be discussed from A to Z, with the focus being on health and maintenance of the hair.
Yep, African American hair, emphasis on African American black hair. Yeah.
All right, so bring your questions, and if you, again, they mentioned if you have any unused products that is at least 80%, you know, that's not over halfway gone.
Yes.
Please don't bring an empty container, half empty container.
Right, one scoop.
Right. You know, they would do a product exchange. Product exchange. This would give someone else opportunity who may have wanted to try a product, but either don't want to spend the money up front because, as we said, some of these products can be very expensive.
Yes.
You can get things at, say, a local beauty supply store, you know, as low as $5, $6 or $7. But there are some products that are upwards of $20 for a 4-ounce container.
Yeah.
I have priced all types of products, and so it's kind of a win, lose, or draw on some of them. And especially when you can't try them out up front, you're really taking a gamble on buying these products and then not liking them. So I really hope that everyone is marking their calendars and looking forward to coming out. And again, this is not just for, you know, Black or African American women. This is for women and men of all ethnicities. Everyone has questions about hair. Your hair may be, for you, your natural hair may be curly or wavy or kinky or whatever, no matter what your ethnicity is. So come out.
Well, I want to clarify. The emphasis will be on Black and African American hair, but we do want anyone to come to learn about that, like the education piece.
Okay.
So we do want. No, you're fine. Yeah, the emphasis will be on Black and African American hair, but we want it to be an educational opportunity because that's where we get a lot of people who have those questions about that.
Okay.
So yeah, we do want that to be an educational moment for anybody.
Okay. I think this would be really great, as you mentioned before, individuals that have children of mixed races, or if you are a person that's a mixed race, your hair does different things.
Absolutely.
So this would be a great opportunity to come and learn about your hair and how to better manage it. Now, Ms. Tiffany, I think I asked you this early on, will there be any type of discussion on professional hair. Okay.
So, as Yvette stated, we do have a list of questions, and one of the questions is natural hair in the workplace. What does professional hair look like? How can you create a professional look? If you have an interview or if you're planning to attend a networking event like the career fair, because at the end of the day, first impressions mean everything. And you only get one, right? That's why it's called a first impression. And so, again, those are questions that we're going to pose that question. That's one of our standard ones. But if individuals in the audience have those questions on, well, what does that look like? Then we hope that the panel will be able to give their advice on that as well.
And I know this question may seem kind of, I don't know, not serious, but I have seen also posts about women that say, don't put me down because of my edges. You know, when we talk, when we think professional, we think sleek and polished, and you know, but when we think of natural hair, that's one of our biggest issues is our edges. So do you feel that I know this is kind of not that serious a question, but still some people have these questions.
Now with the edges, I think that goes back to just being knowing how to take care of your natural hair. Because I have seen where some people edges may be thinning, or it may be a little kinkier than the rest of the hair, but that's okay, because like you stated a minute ago, if you want that sleek look, you don't have to do a relaxed look. You could possibly do some different products like edge control, but if you prefer to wear it all in the natural state, I think again, as long as it's neat, it's professional, you're okay.
Just rolling an interview with Bedhead.
Absolutely. Do not.
It should be good. So I really appreciate you ladies for stopping by and having this discussion. And you know, again, we've seen so many videos on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram where people are being treated one way or another because of their hair, and it is now trickling down into the grade school levels. And I would love to see more appreciation or more understanding, I should say, of hair, of natural hair. We hate to see any child go to school and then be turned away because of their hair. We should not. There's so many other issues going on in America right now that
they should be learning, not worried about their hair. You know,
hair should be the last thing, unless it's just totally distracting. Unless it's just something super way out the, you know, way out there. Okay, I understand if it's distracting for the class, but if it's just some braids,
but even that kind of gets into those conversations about like something that may be distracting to somebody else, right?
Okay.
Like might be my natural effort, right? So I think those are conversations that if the schools start those conversations, right, to have those pieces where people are like, you know, what is distracting, or is that like a personal problem if you're distracted by my hair? You know what I mean? So I think like just opening up those conversations with the schools would just be a great start to have with their students and with administrators who are making these policies for the students.
All right, so hopefully parents and administrators can come together and start having these discussions. Do you feel that, I know this is not exactly a diversity topic, but and we do have someone at Arkansas State that works in the diversity department, but do you feel this conversation can fall under maybe a diversity topic?
Does. Yeah, absolutely. It definitely does. I think when you're talking about different cultures and cultural practices, I think that definitely goes under that, because that's something that people value about themselves, right? That's something that makes people different from another group. It's something that people should celebrate about themselves. And as I said before, I think natural hair can be both a personal decision, but it can also be political, because for so long we've been told like to not wear hair like that, or that our hair wasn't, you know, quote unquote professional, or our hair wasn't this or wasn't that. So I think it definitely it's personal and political.
All right. So we had the discussion early on about, you know, just because I changed my hair, I'm still the same person. And so I think one of my favorite artists said it best, NDRE, I am not my hair. I am the soul that lives within. So don't define me by what's on top. You know, define me by what I display and who I am, how I act, you know, on a day-to-day basis. So hopefully one day this won't be such a controversial or hot topic about hair. You know, it'll just be, hey, how are you doing? I like your hair today, okay? Or whatever the case may be. So hopefully one day this won't be such a huge deal. It'll just be women appreciating other women and have, you know, showing some respect for how we wear our hair.
Absolutely.
All right, so any final thoughts? Like, we have 50 seconds left.
Well, we are still open for RSVPs until November 3rd.
Okay.
You can reach out to Dr. Allen's office, which is in the Multicultural Center. So if there's anybody in the community or if they're a student on campus, they can still RSVP.
All right. Well, I thank you ladies so much for coming over and having this discussion with me today. And I hope that everyone is making plans to go out to this event. It's going to be great. A lot of professionals on the panel. You don't want to miss it. So I hope everyone has a great start to your day. And if you're going out trick-or-treating, be safe. Yes. Wear light, reflective clothes. Stick to your neighborhoods that you know are safe. Just be mindful. And don't let the kids eat too much candy. So happy Halloween and have a great day.
Thank you for listening to Community Conversations on KLEK 102.5 FM, a program